So introductions first. For those who don't know me, I am Tim, Gloria's second favorite son-in-law. I often would tease her with that. She treated me like a son for 40 years. Thank you. There's Kleenex, by the way, all over the place. Today, well, we're going to need that, and I hope we also roar with laughter. I just want to point to you in the lunchtime, which I hope you'll all stay for. On the backside are some fun facts about Gloria that maybe will generate some laughter as well. I tell people when someone who dies, who has loved us so well, dies, it leaves a huge hole in our heart. That's the downside of having someone like Gloria as a sister, a mom, a grandmom, even a great-grandmom or a friend. It reminds us of the principle that larger the love, the greater the creator. So I'm sorry for the hole, but delighted for Gloria, the love that she gave to us. When somebody dies, there's 100 pounds of pain we have to deal with. So you can decide if you're going to dive headfirst into it today, or you're going to tiptoe through it for the rest of your life. And if you haven't already guessed, I'm probably going to be doing a little diving today. I apologize. I'll try to keep the nose clear. She meant a lot to all of us. If you remember nothing else about what you heard the service, remember this: that was not God's plan, and He did something about it. Memory care, they say, the last thing you lose is the memory of music. So we had a care team here at Calvary, a bunch of dear ladies who often went over to see her at Cottagewood. Matter of fact, this week, knowing it was her birthday, I think we got a dozen cards maybe from these dear ladies addressed to Gloria. One of these dear ladies would often go over there, play piano, and sing to her, including her favorite hymn, which we've asked Shar to do again today for you. You can stay in your seats. You can find the lyrics on the back if you'd like to join in. Or maybe you just want to close your eyes and think about Gloria hearing this music so dear to her in that memory care unit at Cottagewood.
Display and sing the song. with this the other day.
So many people here. That means a lot, obviously. She brought people together. First, I want to say thank you, my dad, my uncle, my aunts, Tim, Howie, girls. Like, you were a powerful care team for Grandma here the last few years. And the way you guys come together as siblings is, right, I mean, it's big. And brings us all together, right? That's how she was. So, the birthday shopping. It's always the best. Sleepovers. Back scratches that my kids are obsessed with now. She taught me solitaire, which I love. Now they play it. Crosswords. Alexa. Well, who doesn't love Alexa? She had a way of just so many activities and doing things with us. She used sweet words. Called me sweetheart. Sugar. Honey. My favorite's when she went behind her glasses when she was happy to see you. She'd whisper, "Hi, honey." Her and Grandpa would leave voicemails singing happy birthday if they didn't catch you. She was the cutest angry. When those two fight, my dad and uncle, and she gets so mad. And I won't swear here, but she had the cutest swear. We had a matriarch, a big one. The oak is one of the oldest symbols of strength, endurance, wisdom, and longevity. Its size, lifespan, deep roots, and ability to withstand storms make it a powerful symbol for family. The roots are the values, traditions, love, and sense of home that she established. The branches are her 4 children and the generations that grew from them. The canopy is this enormous extended family that have come from far and wide, and community that she created around herself. The trunk of the oak is her, the steady center that connected everyone. The pain of losing a matriarch is the unconditional love that you felt in her presence, and it feels gone, but it's not, because we have it in every one of us that pulls us together, thanks to her.
That, in case you didn't know, is her oldest grandson, Brian. You're the oldest, aren't you?
Still the shortest.
Still the shortest. Well, we all need to lighten up, so I will tell you, just before they closed the casket, one of her loved ones who remained nameless said we should have thrown in one of those glass jars she collected. That we're trying to now find homes for. So, Michelle's earliest, most pressing memory, and others wanted to share, but they don't have the strength of Brian. Michelle wanted to share her most pressing memory of her mom is her mom standing at the window watching as Michelle left home. Like every time she left home. And that is perhaps her greatest memory and legacy. As Brian said, she made wherever she was, Pill Hill, Gulfview Drive, even the Greens a little bit, home for all of us. Is it just me, or is there anything that can take the place of home? Traveling can be nice, I guess, for a while. Michelle's taken me some really nice places. She's a Delta worker. Aruba, Porto, Barcelona, Amsterdam, Maui, Kauai. And we found that no matter where we are, after about 4 days, we start missing home. Have you ever had a bed in an Airbnb that felt like your bed? Or a hotel that the bed isn't too hard or too soft, your home, like Goldilocks, is just right. Away from home is just weird. Things smell weird. Nothing's where it should be, or at the right height. And the white noises of your home that you just disappear. Everywhere else, it's just noise. Did you know in Kauai they have 225,000 wild roosters to wake you up? Don't go there. Be it ever so humble, there really is no place like home. But maybe it's just me. Or something's missing at home. On Wednesday night, let me get together here, excuse me. On Wednesday night, the family gathered at Allison's. We spent the night watching a video compilation of home movies filled by Chuck. Then the man sent these in and had them compiled. He put jazz music underneath them and he narrated it. It was very cool. But one by one, loved ones now gone, Oliver and Emma, Harley and Milda, Frank Sr., Bill and Mary, Uncle Bud, and more, and now Gloria, are gone. Less and less do I feel like I'm home. And the tearing away and tears of death aren't the only reason. Failed relationships have wounded our hearts. The joys faded from our jobs. It's sometimes a grind. The stuff we buy just doesn't live up to the hype. This doesn't feel like home. And I'm not alone. C.S. Lewis, 80 years ago, wrote this. I should be able to read his stuff without crying. He said, most people, if they really look deep into their own hearts, would know that they do want and want acutely something that cannot be had in this world. There are all sorts of things in this world that offer to give it to you, but they never quite keep their promise. The longings which arise in us when we first fall in love or think of some foreign country or take up that subject that excites us are longings which no marriage, no travel, no learning can really satisfy. And I am not now speaking of what would be called unsuccessful marriages or holidays or learning careers. I'm speaking of the best possible ones. There was something we grasped at in that first moment of longing, which just fades away in the reality. I think everyone knows what I mean. That wife may be a good wife, and the hotels and scenery may have been excellent. And the chemistry may be an interesting job, but something has evaded us. He continues, creatures are not born with desires unless satisfaction for those desires exists. A baby feels hunger. Well, there's such a thing as food. A duckling wants to swim. Well, there is such a thing as water. Men feel sexual desire. Well, there is such a thing as sex. And then he says this as I close. If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. On Sunday afternoon, about 1:30, I joined Marty and Allison, Michelle, Rachel, Emma, and Howie in Mom Canfield's room at Cottagewood. That room has been Mom Canfield's home for just over a year, and it was a wonderful home for her. Thank you, Cottagewood people. The prior Monday, that would be last Monday, two ladies from our church visited her, Pat and Nancy. They're serving you lunch today. Here's a portion of a text Pat sent describing their visit. How encouraging is this? This is how Mom Canfield was 5 days ago. Quote, her eyes lit up when she saw us. She talked about how nice everyone there treated her and seemed really happy. She was kidding with us and she was so alert. Her favorite caregiver came and took her vitals, and we could see they had a real bond. Her caregiver sings, Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. Now, Pat, are you in here? How does she sing that? Sing it for us.
Gloria.
Okay, so,
Gloria.
all right, thank you. I didn't. She sings that when she works with her. Gloria told us maybe we could come there and live with her, and we all giggled. It was such a delightful visit, unquote. But as I walked in 6 days later, it was obvious Mom Canfield was about to leave this home. I waited near the door. I wanted to give her kids and grandkids preference. I am the second favorite son-in-law after all. It was precious time, but there were a few minutes just before she took her last breath. I knelt by her, held her face in my hands, and spoke these words of a song into her ear, and then remembering it was her birthday the next day, I ended with these words. Hey, Mom Canfield, how about you go spend your birthday with Jesus? Later I learned that just prior to my arrival, Emma had asked that a song be played for Gloria. It asks a question, actually a number of questions, about heaven. Now, I don't know about you, but the way heaven's been described to me, at least by movies and songs and some preachers, it doesn't sound much like a home I want to be in. I've heard it described like a place where all work ceases. People, I love to work. Or a place we're turned into one of those angel wing things. Or an eternal church service. I've been to church services so boring. I've probably created church services. So boring the paint was almost peeling off the walls. God, please spare me. I can't do thousands of years of that. But we need to cut these folks a little slack. The Bible itself says what God has prepared for us is indescribable. 1 Corinthians 2:9 says this, no eye has seen, no ear has heard. It's not even entered into our minds what God has prepared for those who love Him. So for our scripture today, as this song plays, I've given you just a small survey of what Scripture teaches about our real home. The answer to the song's question will be on the screens. Heaven, eternity, is home.
You wake with the light, or is it always day? Do the angels know your name when you walk their way? Is there music in the air? Do you finally feel free? Do you ever look down and still think about me? Do you have your old smile? Do you laugh like before? Is there somebody waiting when you step through the door? I imagine you peaceful, no fear in your chest, no more pain in your body, just finally rest. still learning how to lose you. You're learning how to live. I picture God beside you saying you can let go, showing you the answers we were never meant to know. Maybe you can see me when I'm breaking at night. Maybe you're the reason I still look for the light. And I know I can't call you, I can't hear your reply. So I talk to the ceiling and imagine the sky. I'll keep carrying your love till my own journey ends. And you can tell me all about heaven, my friend. How is heaven? Do you feel no pain? How is heaven? Will I see you again? Save me a place somewhere close to the sun. I'll keep talking to you till my hallelujah comes.
So if that lady asked me that question, I would say, why won't it be just like what he created for us in Eden? Things to do, a beautiful place with God. You saw on the screen, he's going to create a new earth. We're almost done. You all doing okay? In a few minutes, we're going to ask all of you to follow the casket to the front door where we're going to leave Gloria there until after lunch, her body. We're going to do that in sort of symbolic gesture of what she did whenever we left her house. Followed us to the window. Then we hope all of you will return right back the same way we came into the gym to have lunch. The family gatherings and eating together, well, she's Norwegian 100%, were terribly important to her. There are no reserved tables for family in there. You are family. And the family explicitly says we want to mix it up with our loved ones. I'm just going to ask you to take a seat and then we'll dismiss you by table so you don't have to stand in line. We'd rather have you talk and to read the fun facts about Gloria until your table's dismissed. But before any special meal together, we had a tradition. Anyone in the family? It was? Mom Canfield praying the Norwegian table prayer in Norwegian. That is also on your tables in there with the translation at the bottom. So, of course, today, we need to hear her do that one last time. Let's watch and listen.
Hey, Mom.
I'm on.
You are.
Thank you. That's an honorable divorce. This is the Kapurator. Gud till er oss till Gud, så får vi mat i Jesu namn. Amen.
Amen.
Mom Canfield insisted the song we're about to end with be played at Dad Canfield's funeral at the end of his funeral, and asked that it be played at hers. I'm going to ask that all be seated. Near the end of the song, I will ask the Mackin directors to come up, and they will escort her precious ruins back to the lobby. The family will go out next, and then please all follow along. This was at her special request, and she loved you dearly, and hope we all look forward to a reunion. Let's listen. let's proceed quietly, if you would, to the casket area. If you just pause there a moment, I'm going to do a closing prayer, and then we'll all go to the gym together.